All right, my friends, welcome back to Frogboy X1 Gaming. I got another thinking out loud for you guys today. This one here is going to be centered around 5070 Ti, 9070 XT. I mean, obviously that's what people want to hear about. That's what people want to know about. And, you know, I made that video earlier today talking about the getting the free GPUs from AMD and how it's like kind of, you know, done something to me, you know, done something to my psyche or whatever. But let's talk about this for a minute, okay? Because I've been sitting here, you know, throughout the day, and I was thinking about it after making that video, and it's like I don't feel bad for getting these free GPUs. Like, I don't. I feel like I've earned them. I feel like I'm passionate about the AMD brand. I feel like I'm passionate about the experience that I've had. And I've invested a pretty good amount of money into this channel over the last few years to where it's like, yeah, I mean, to me, it's like, wow, dude, AMD recognized me. They like the content that I make. I can't believe it. Like, I'm super excited. I'm super happy. It was an incredible thing, you know, for the channel to get something like that. But then on the other end, I look at that as like, okay, they can see I'm passionate about AMD. This is probably the most bang for their buck advertising they're gonna ever get because Froggy loves AMD. And so it's like, it's a win-win for both of us, my friend. Actually, it's a win-win for all of us. I get to show you the 9070 XT experience. I didn't have to pay for it. And like the overall like, you know, the overall like feeling for everybody, and AMD gets to benefit from it too, because they're like, yeah, dude, we'll send you a GPU and then we get literal freaking free coverage for the next 2 years, because I'm not gonna go out of my way to get like every single GPU this generation. I wanted some, you know, obviously like a 9070 XT. I bought a 5070 Ti because I'm comfortable at that performance range. Like, I don't really necessarily need more than that. I don't think anybody really needs, you know, like I kind of feel like a 7800 XT is the sweet spot for most gamers. I feel like you can get a really good experience out of that level of GPU, even like a 4070 Super for that matter. Both good cards, both great experiences, both more than good enough to perform at a 1440p and deliver an incredible experience. So yeah, I think those cards are absolutely incredible. But what I don't get, guys, is somebody, I saw a comment today on there saying that, hey, Frog, you say you're not trying to be biased and you're wearing AMD shirts and you're wearing AMD hats and stuff like that, and you say you're not trying to be biased, but here you are shilling AMD. You don't even cover the 5070 Ti that much, something along those lines. Or maybe it was just me crunching a whole bunch of different comments together after that video earlier. But that's kind of like the gist I got out of it. And like, you're right, man. I don't cover the 5070 Ti all that much. I don't. Obviously I'm an AMD guy. I like the AMD experience. I really do. When I buy a new game, or when I do something, when I'm editing my content, I really do like that's the first thing I turn on is my AMD build. Like, I like that. Like, I feel super comfortable there. And so it's really easy for me to get in there and just feel right at home. Whereas on the Nvidia side, it's not that I got to force myself to get on Nvidia. I really don't. It's just, I don't think about it. It's not right at the top of my head. So I don't think about it a lot. I mean, obviously I bought First Berserker Kazan and covered it on both of those. Immediately I bought it and I did those, and I see that it runs better on the 5070 Ti, and I was like, wow, you know. So I mean, that even had me like thinking that like my AMD system was like not running correctly, but it just doesn't perform as well. So I get it, man. I don't do a whole lot of Nvidia content, but I mean, the generation just started. Obviously, I got a lot of games coming out. I really focused the last week, like trying to get through Assassin's Creed Shadows. I absolutely love that game. I thought it was absolutely incredible, and I was just so immersed in that, and I just wanted to keep. Man, I still want to just keep playing it. I just want to be in there, but I know that I've got to still put out content, and I've got to do other things. But you know, guys, here's the thing. I look at the way some of these other channels are handling this stuff right now. And I'm seeing nothing, like all I'm seeing right now is the rage bait, the clickbait. I saw a title of a video today that Nvidia has pretty much ruined, you know, gaming with DLSS. And it's like, dude, I made all these complaints a long time ago. I said that DLSS and AI and all of these things were gonna ruin gaming, and nobody cared to listen to me back then. And so it's like, what do you do? What do you do? And I've come to the conclusion, okay? I've come to the conclusion why other people want to sit and clickbait this stuff now, and why other people want to clickbait about prices and everything. You know, let's just be clear, you know, like other people in the comment section were telling me, oh man, we don't care that you got free GPUs. It's just hypocritical for you to call out Daniel Owens and Hardware Unboxed and all these guys. And it's like, look at this, okay? These guys get free GPUs from both AMD and Nvidia, okay? They literally get free 5090s. That is the absolute best card you can get right now. So we all know that if they are actual game players, they're playing on a 5090, okay? So that right there is 100% warping their judgment toward everything else in the stack downward. I mean, you go and you watch them talk about Nvidia like, oh yeah, DLSS is great and frame generation and all of this stuff. And it's like, yeah, that shit's great on a 5090. Absolutely will blow your freaking socks off. But how is it on a 5060? And they're like, oh yeah, and they're sitting there like arguing with themselves about like a 70 series card with 12 gigs of VRAM, telling you that that's a better buy because it's got DLSS and ray tracing. Over a 16 gigabyte GPU that has more Rasta power from the AMD side. That's why I call them shills, because they're literally shilling people that are broke inferior products that they could have gotten a better experience if they would have went AMD. Like, look, man, I'm an AMD fan, and that was simply because of the experience I got from Nvidia versus the experience I get from AMD. But now, if you look at it this generation, tables have turned. AMD's got a more performant card that does better at ray tracing, and you know, FSR4 looks incredible. Obviously, you've got Nvidia with DLSS4 and multi-frame generation and stuff like that. But look at all the content creators now. They are trashing Nvidia over all the problems. Like, they're all literally, like these guys are like sharks in the water with blood. Like any type of blood, like even if it's a little pinprick, bro, they're on it with everything these days. And it's just funny, you know, like it's just funny that they're all over Nvidia, but then they're still trying to downplay AMD to a point where it's like what the hell are these guys even doing, man? Like they come out, leave the opinion stuff to guys like me that are actually like using the stuff to like play our games and like enjoy it and stuff like that. And you guys handle the tech stuff, man. Like, just give us the numbers. Just give us the tech numbers. And then, you know, like nobody cares about your, like I do. Like, I have such a problem with Hardware Unboxed in his, like the oh yeah, it's got to be like $500. It's got to be $500 or it's not going to sell. It's just going to blah blah blah. And I'm like, dude, these cards are still flying off the shelf at $900. Like, oops, that's a little bit higher than what you said, Mr. Hardware Unboxed. So it's like, I don't take what they say seriously, because like they don't know anything. All they know is what they do, and it's like, whatever, bro. Like, do your thing, and quit telling people to buy Nvidia just because. You know what I mean? Like, to me, that sounds pretty scummy and pretty shilly. It really does. It's like they're telling you to buy Nvidia, and like I don't know. It's just dumb to me. It's just dumb to me. They come across as like, oh, it's a matter of fact that Nvidia is better. I play video games. I run a channel. AMD was a better experience for me last generation, hands down. Better experience. I liked it more. I still like it now. I still play on it. It is my freaking platform of choice for gaming on PC, and I go to it every time. So it's just like, I don't know, my friends. Like, I get that I don't cover the 5070 Ti enough. I get that, and I should, man. I spent a lot of money on it. I should, you know, try to make some of that money back. But at the same time, like, I'm happy, I'm content, I'm satisfied with my 9070 XT. Like, even if I was just playing, you know, first Sword of Berserk, or the first Berserker Kazan on just my 9070 XT, I would still be satisfied. I'm well above 60 frames a second. I'm at 4K. I'm using max settings. I'm playing good. I turned on FSR and it's like 140 frames. So I'm just like, okay, whatever, dude, it plays great. Like, I would be satisfied with that experience. But then I play it on the Nvidia and I'm like, wow, dude, this is getting 100 plus frames out the gate at 4K. And I'm playing that and I'm like, okay, like, this is good. This is good. Like, you got to understand, like, every time something like that happens for the Nvidia build, guys, and like when I see DLSS 4 and it looks good, like, my mindset is changing rapidly to the point where it's like, I don't need to make negative content for Nvidia to try to boost AMD. Like, they both stand on their own. The experience that AMD can deliver for like your average gamer, especially those of us that, you know, or those of you that are that might find themselves in like a financial situation to where it's not feasible. Well, not even not feasible, just when you look at what you get from Nvidia, like, say that, take the 5070 for instance, okay? You got the 5070, then you got the 9070. Okay, the 9070 is definitely a more powerful GPU than the 5070. I mean, the 5070, you know, kind of trades blows in like some instances, but if you take that at face value and they're both the exact same price, like, that there's like the one thing where it's like, okay, that there is kind of a little bit more where it might make a little bit more sense, but you still have benefits going with AMD because you're getting 4 extra gigs of VRAM on the base 9070, whereas you're only getting 12 on the 5070. So when you look at that, you're still getting a benefit by going with AMD, and you're getting to me, AMD and Nvidia are so close that I couldn't look you in the face and tell you, yeah, spend more money on Nvidia. Like, I couldn't do that to you. If you were my best friend at work, there's no way I could do that to you. I couldn't be like, yeah, dude, you need to spend significantly more money on Nvidia. Like, I just couldn't do that to you, because I know that, like, the majority of gamers are going to be able to fully enjoy an AMD GPU, like, literally fully enjoy it. But then I look at the Nvidia side and I'm like, I just haven't been able, and I've said this before, like, I just haven't been able to find a reason on Nvidia that justifies that cost being significantly higher. Like, I haven't found it in everything that I do personally on PC. I've not come across that point where it's like, oh yeah, I gotta have Nvidia because there's nothing. But I have found things on AMD that are like, yeah, I have to have Adrenaline software. Like, I can't live without that. I have to have that for my gaming, because those features that Adrenaline offers are more beneficial to me and my gaming habits than anything on the Nvidia stack right now to date. Now, upscaling and frame generation are two things that I know that there's some controversy about these two features, okay? Not so much the upscaling, especially now with FSR 4, not so much on that front, but the frame generation, guys. And it's something that I've literally been testing out now for a while. Like, I've been playing around with this and I've been trying to incorporate it into the games that I'm playing right now to see, is this something that I can enjoy? And quite frankly, yes. Like, it does improve the overall experience on literally everything I've played using these technologies. When they're actually supported, when they're actually supported, you know, natively, it's even better. So, but when I'm using stuff like AMD's Fluid Motion Frames 2.1, it's really good on a lot of the stuff that I use it for. If I just turn on HyperRX on AMD and I start playing a game, that experience is automatically boosted in ways that's like, wow, this is good. And another thing from the 9070 XT, something to really touch on to kind of drive home, is now it has image sharpening too. And when you get in there and you turn that up, oh boy, and it works in conjunction with everything else, and it doesn't do that like over sharp look that Nvidia's like DLSS was doing before. DLSS 4 is absolutely incredible now. Like I'm like, oh boy, this looks good. And the way that like AMD's like sharpening, and I don't know, guys, I don't know, man, this is really, really close. And I feel like AMD, man, like this is like that moment where I kind of feel like AMD is at that moment right now where Nvidia is kind of like so preoccupied with this AI boom in like just trying to, like, I feel like their focus is so on that AI thing. And it's like AMD's is there too. AMD's definitely, you know, worrying about that, but more on the CPU side and stuff like that. Obviously the GPUs are getting better or whatever, NPUs for portable stuff like that. And you look at that and you see Nvidia right now, like just moving forward with this AI stuff. And it's like they're forgetting or they're leaving themselves exposed to AMD right now. And AMD is creating products that are very good. And no matter how much these other guys try to downplay it, these AMD GPUs, I mean, like, dude, the 7900 XT, 7800 XT, 7600 XT, and 7900 XTX, those cards really impressed me last generation. I was like, wow, these are good. And then I look at the Nvidia side and I'm like, wow, man, these are just, and last generation, it was really like, oh my gosh, these are like way too expensive. And for what AMD is offering, like this doesn't work. It's broken right now. And then, you know, 50 series comes out and it's slightly better than the last one. And then AMD is like literally bringing their top end power to their mid-range card at a lower price. And it still feels a little bit lopsided, but you know, obviously the pricing is so messed up right now that when you look at this, if AMD was able to really like force these AIBs to not go above a certain point, like $650, $700 max for an AIB card, wow, I think that would be very destructive to AMD or to Nvidia this generation. Like I kind of do. I feel like the 9070 XT, you know, 9070, 96 XT, and 9060 XT and 9060, I think those cards are going to be very, very good. Like this is, RDNA 4 is very impressive. FSR 4 looks really good. I feel like we're at a point like right now where Nvidia doesn't have as much room as they think they do, especially in the gaming market. AI, like whatever, they probably don't even care anymore. They're like going to ride the AI thing out, and then they'll come out and they'll be like, oh yeah, sorry guys, and they'll make you a GPU and you'll be like, okay, everything's better. But I feel like AMD really has that chance right now to like really like move forward. And you know, Nvidia with what they're bringing out right now, it's like it's so tit for tat that like I think that if AMD could manage those prices, keep them lower, and get people in the door, I mean, they don't really necessarily even have to lower the prices. Like people are willing to pay for this stuff right now. So it's like, this is an interesting predicament we find ourselves in the GPU market right now, guys. And I absolutely recommend getting an AMD GPU, but I also feel like the 5070 Ti is a very formidable foe toward this 9070 XT. I feel like this is close. I feel like this is very close, and I feel very good about both of these GPUs. So yeah, if you were out there looking for a 5070 Ti, I'm not going to try to change your mind, okay? Because I love mine. But if you're looking for a 9070 XT, absolutely, I'm going to encourage the crap out of you to pick that card up, especially if you've been on Nvidia for a long time. Yes, you need to try this. You're going to know more at the end of that. The 9070 XT is a very performant card, very good, does ray tracing very well, and it has FSR 4. you are in a very good position to try AMD this generation before going back to Nvidia. I think you need that for yourself. And that's basically like the thing that I've been saying. Don't count AMD out. Give them a shot. You might be surprised. You've been fed a lot of this stuff for a very long time. Like, look at it right now, okay? Look at this right now. Because AMD doesn't really have this opportunity. But you look at Xbox and you look at PlayStation. PlayStation 5, Xbox Series X. You've had PlayStation fanboys. You've had PlayStation fanboy channels. You've had just a whole lot of influence always saying the PlayStation is the best, okay? And so if you're an avid PlayStation gamer, like, you've been fed that and you believe that. Like, trust me, I know you believe that. But now Xbox is bringing Xbox games to the PlayStation. Forza Horizon 5 is going to blow your socks off. It is going to, like, when PlayStation fans play that game on their PlayStation and they see just how incredible Forza Horizon is, that's going to get people to start thinking like, whoa, man, we've been told the Xbox games are trash. We've been told, I mean, like, the Bethesda games are like, whatever. They've had Bethesda games as long as PlayStation's been around, basically. So Bethesda games aren't gonna turn the needle. Call of Duty's not gonna turn the needle. But once these PlayStation guys start getting these actual made by Xbox games into their hands, that narrative's gonna change. That narrative's gonna change fast. But AMD doesn't have this ability to put their I mean, they do with FSR and all that stuff, but FSR 4 is not going to be, well, I don't know, maybe they find a way to make it usable on Nvidia or whatever, but right now it's only going to work, like, there's no way to show them. And obviously DLSS was better than FSR on an Nvidia card. So there was that opportunity, but it wasn't good enough. Obviously, those people that are out there on trying to use frame generation, they are using FSR frame generation more than they're using Nvidia's frame generation because it is better most of the time. But we're talking about actual software made by Microsoft on a PlayStation 5 that is their their bread and butter games. Like, Forza is a freaking staple for Xbox. And once you get the PlayStation guys playing this, they're going to start to see and realize that, oh my gosh, dude, people have been lying to us, man. People have been lying to us. Xbox absolutely makes incredible games. And then if they put on Gears of War, if they bring Halo, if they bring any of these other first-party Xbox games to PlayStation, you could easily see a big shift in just, next generation when the new consoles come out. You could see a big shift of people being like, okay, like, we kind of want the Xbox experience because it's gooder. I get more playtime. I get more value out of my Xbox games, and I'm sick of paying $70 for games when I could literally buy an Xbox, get a Game Pass subscription, and never have to worry about buying games again. Do you see what I mean? Do you see where I'm going with this? It's one of those things where Xbox is in a very good position. And all of the people that used to tell you that PlayStation was the banger best thing ever, those guys are going to look really foolish pretty soon to a lot of people that used to follow them. They're going to start looking foolish. And, it's funny, man. Like, you look at what PlayStation's been bringing out this generation and you look at what Xbox has been bringing out. I think you're going to have I think the console market's going to have a real reckoning to deal with once these Xbox games start coming out and Xbox keeps making hardware and then they bring it and they make it so Steam is available on the new Xbox. Yeah, man, I don't know what to tell PlayStation, man. They should be blocking these Xbox games from coming to PlayStation because it's going to change things. So, all right, my friends, if you like this content, do not forget to like and subscribe. I'll see you in the next one. Thanks for watching.